led by Sydney Chizima there to just give us an update of what is currently happening on the ground. Of course, we know by Monday all campaigns halted as per the IEBC's instructions. And I want to just hear from you. Sydney, good to see you. What are you learning this evening?
Thank you very much, Dibal. What I'm learning is that there are a lot of complaints around the security deployment in Ol-Kalou. And we've seen what we can call, as at this point, that we've walked around, we've driven around Ol-Kalou town, and the heavy police presence is palpable. You can clearly see that there's a lot of vehicles, a lot of private vehicles laden with police officers. And this is a matter that has raised issues. I've seen from the stories right there that's just aired right now that there are complaints around the deployment of police officers. And DCP party leader Rigathi Gachagua had intimated that around 2,000 police officers are in place in Ol-Kalou. We earlier spoke to various officers and commissioners from the IEBC who were just moving to assure the public that the presence of police officers is not in any way intended to deter voters from turning out tomorrow morning to exercise their constitutional right and vote in their next MP as they had planned. And if my producer can just play the bites from the officers and commissioners from the IEBC.
We do not expect that any person who is not accredited shall be allowed into the polling station except the voter. The voter has a right to enter the polling station, and after voting, he leaves the polling station. Any other person, the 400 meters radius, which is the polling station, is not allowed unless you produce accreditation documents, which include a letter, a badge from IBC, and an oath of secrecy. Those are the documents we expect to see for any person, including the media. The chairman and the commission also reiterated that we do not expect that people will abuse the secrecy of the ballot. So we don't expect that any Kenyan will enter the booth, vote, and then take a photo. This is against the rules and against the law. Therefore, we expect that you vote and you preserve your secrecy. It is your secret. The Constitution says that voting in Kenya is by secret ballot.
The officers are sparsely distributed. They don't converge in one place. The tallying center has a specific number of officers. The polling station inside has 2 officers. The general area of the polling station also has officers on patrol, and therefore there will be no interference, no suppression. And they have been asked to protect, to keep law and order, and that is where their mandate falls, and nothing beyond that. So it's not really going to be a suppression. It's a reassurance to Kenyans and Ol-Kalou residents that nobody will interfere with their process. We have said no unmarked cars in this area. Anybody who has removed his number plates from his vehicles and is running around, the police have been given clear instructions to impound them. And indeed, one of them have already been impounded and will be arraigned in court on Monday.
Well, we shall be here at around 6 a.m. tomorrow when the polls open for this hotly contested by-election, Dibal, just to gauge whether the statements from the IEBC commissioners hold water, that the police officers' presence here will not have deterred residents and voters from turning out in their large numbers to vote for their preferred leader come tomorrow. And what I can tell you, Dibal, that previously, before you came here, there has been a lot of rainfall here, heavy rainfall. But from tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. until 5 p.m. in the evening when the polls close and the IEBC returning officers announce the leader, we shall be here to tell you who shall reign supreme. Back to you.
Indeed, yes, and we shall be putting tails on that particular story with you, Sydney, there. You've just mentioned of the police deployment is around 2,000. I mean, that's a high figure there, and everyone is questioning, does it really inspire, of course, inspiration or instigate fear at the same time?
Well, what we can observe is that people have been going around their business as usual, but the number of vehicles around Ol-Kalou town has been a lot. And for a constituent or a town which has not been used to such heavy deployment, for people who have not been used to seeing such heavy police presence in their eyes, before their eyes, it can speak to some level of intimidation, which we shall be here tomorrow to tell you the kind of turnout we shall be expecting. Remember, the number of registered voters is around 73,480. So gauging on the mood and the appearance and the turning out of voters, we shall gauge whether the deployment of police officers had affected this turnout positively or negatively. But as for now, we can tell you every mile or every centimeter you'll meet a police vehicle amongst private vehicles.
Indeed, we shall be checking up with you, Sydney, early in the morning, of course, 6 o'clock on the nose. We shall be crossing over to Ol-Kalou to get the full comprehensive coverage of the by-elections tomorrow. And, of course, analyzing whether that particular deployment of security officers, 1,200, 2,000 I should say, is the exact figure, and whether this really inspires confidence or fear at the same time.